of Ruth. I know I told you guys that I was going to start reading. So we're going to read chapter 1. This book is 4 chapters, I believe, and we're going to get into it. So it says Ruth, Naomi's family in Moab. And I'm reading the CSB version, the Christian Standard version, okay? It said, during the time of Judges, there was a famine in the land. A man left Bethlehem in Judah with his wife and 2 sons to stay in the territory of Moab for a while. The man's name was Elimelech, and his wife's name was Naomi. The names of the 2 sons were Mahlon and Chilion. They were Ephrathites from Bethlehem in Judah. They entered the fields of Moab and settled there. Naomi's husband, Elimelech, died. Her husband died, and she was left with her 2 sons. Her sons took Moabite women as their wives. Now they was mixing up marriages. That wasn't something that they really liked to do, but it happened, okay? It worked in their favor in this story. Okay. Her one was named Orpah, the second was named Ruth. After they lived in Moab about 10 years, both Mahlon and Chilion also died. Now in the story, if the movie, you see it was just 1 son, but it was actually 2 sons in the book of Ruth. And the woman was left without her 2 children, without her husband. She and her daughters-in-law set out to return from the territory of Moab because she had heard in Moab that the Lord had paid attention to his people's need by providing them food. Okay, so they was looking for a place where they can flourish anyway. She left the place where she had been living, accompanied by her 2 daughter-in-laws, and traveled along the road leading back to the land of Judah. Naomi said to them, each of you go back to your mother's home. May the Lord show kindness to you as you have shown to the dead and to me. So they obviously were good wives to their husbands, and obviously mom felt like they were good daughter-in-laws. Okay. May the Lord grant each of you rest in the house of a new husband. She kissed them, and they wept loudly. So they like their mother-in-law too. Maybe we need to get like that. Okay. They said to her, we insist on returning with you to your people. But Naomi replied, return home, my daughters. Why do you want to go with me? Am I able to have any more sons? She's like, I didn't have my children. I'm done. I ain't got no more kids for y'all. Y'all can't marry nobody else from me who could become your husbands. Return home, my daughters. Go on, for I am too old to have another husband. Even if I thought there was still hope for me to have a husband tonight and to bear sons, would you be willing to wait for them to grow up? Would you be willing to see her go through the process, have a children, watch them grow up, and marry them? Nah, they can keep it. Would you restrain yourselves from remarrying? No, my daughters, my life is much too bitter for you to share because the Lord's hand has turned against me. Again, they wept loudly. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clung to her. Ruth said, no, ma'am, I'm staying with you. I've been with you 10 years. I ain't going nowhere. This is my life. This is what I know at this point. This is my new life. I'm not going back to my old life. I'm not going there. Naomi said, look, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and to her gods. Follow your sister-in-law. But Ruth replied, this is the part right here, but plead with me to abandon you or to return and not follow you. For wherever you go, I will go. And wherever you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. And where you die, I will die. And there I will be buried. She sounds like somebody I know named Esther. I don't know. May the Lord punish me and do so severely if anything but death separates you and me. Hello. When Naomi saw that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped talking to her. She said, at this point, I'm not even going to just try to convince you anymore. You got your mind made up. It's no point of me trying to tell you to stop, okay? So come on. The 2 of them traveled until they came to Bethlehem. Y'all know that place very well. The 2 traveled to Bethlehem. And when they entered Bethlehem, the whole town was excited about their arrival because they knew them, you know. And the local women exclaimed, "Can this be Naomi? Don't call me Naomi." Uh-oh. She said that ain't her name no more. That's not explaining her life anymore. Don't call me that. "Call me Mara," she answered, "for the Almighty has made me very bitter." Because that's what the name means. "I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty." Whew. "Why do you call me Naomi, since the Lord has opposed me and the Almighty has afflicted me?" So Naomi came back from the territory of Moab with her daughter-in-law, Ruth the Moabitess. They arrived in Bethlehem at the beginning of the barley harvest. So they arrived at the right time. It was a good time. At that point, it was harvest time. It was food there. They initially left anyway because it was a famine going on. Then they had to go back. So, as you can see in this first chapter, it's a lot of emotions going on. It's a lot of grieving going on. And in regular life, we have those moments. Things happen in life and you become upset with God at times because you just don't understand why this is happening to you. Sometimes you think to yourself, I've been doing so good. I've been paying my tithes. I've been loving on the Lord, praising the Lord, being a good wife. Why are these things happening to me? Why my husband had to go? Then my 2 sons? Why? But little did she know, God was going to get the glory. Little did she know, God was still going to get the glory. Times happen, life happens, but God is still God. And guess what? God is going to always be good. So even in the times and the season when it seems hard and things are not seeming like they're going to go well, trust in the Lord because you don't know what he has in store for you yet. Remember what it says. What God has for me is for me. All right. Y'all have a blessed day. I hope y'all have a great day at work. Pray over yourself. Pray over your co-workers. Whatever you have to do to have a fantastic day. Even if they get on your nerves, still pray for them. Because we all have to forgive. We just had an event about total forgiveness, y'all. We have to forgive everybody, no matter what they have done. Because when you stand in front of the Father, don't you want him to forgive you? Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.